Welcome to the Justin Ng Show, where real entrepreneurs and investors reveal how they turn humble beginnings into high-impact ventures. From bold moves to capital raises, we unpack what it really takes to build and scale greatness. Let's go check it out. Can you buy or scale a business without using your own cash or credit? Today, we break down real creative financing and fund-to-fund strategies you can use. We'll walk through a real fund-to-fund structure he's using right now. Welcome back to the Justin Ng Show. I'm joined by Ace Billions, broker, investor, and CEO behind Elite Capital and Billions Consulting. He helps entrepreneurs acquire, scale, and sell companies using seller finance, partnerships, and equity-based consulting. Plus, he teaches these playbooks through the Billionaire Mafia platform and the Elite Investor Academy. Ace, welcome to the show. Cool, man. Well, thank you so much, Ace, for joining me here today
Appreciate you inviting me.
on the podcast. So we usually what I do is I start off with asking you, like, what's your journey to, I know you are like a real estate investor. You raise capital for Elite Capital,
Yes, sir.
and also business acquisition. You raise capital for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you start off from humble beginnings to where you are right now? If you can give us a high-level overview.
Yeah, so I mean, starting off, I'm originally from San Bernardino, California. I grew up. I don't know if people know like the west side of San Bernardino, where it's kind of a rough area. I grew up on Section 8. My mom I had a single mom, and that's kind of where everything changed for me throughout that process. When growing up, my mom met my stepdad, which was he's my role model. He pretty much raised me. And once she met him, we moved to Vegas, and that's kind of how my journey went. Coming to Vegas, growing up, um, I'm I've been Vegas all my life, back and forth from here in California, but I definitely represent Vegas, and that's kind of what shaped me. The struggles in the beginning of my lifetime, where I had to see my mom go through certain things, and and not eat sometimes, and not have those meals, or and still see her working, and still see her grinding. My mom and my stepdad were the hustlers of the family. They always provided. They always made sure that we had a way, and we never had to feel that struggle. So I, growing up, after seeing that, always made it one of my biggest goals is to take care of them, to do something where I could give them back what I feel like I owed them. It just so I started with football. I had my goal on getting to the NFL. I played college football. I went D1, and I was right there. I felt like that was it. I was gonna make it. I had looks from the NFL. I was at a D1 college. I played with some of the greatest football players, against some of the greatest football players, and a lot of them are in the league right now. But unfortunately, I didn't get to make it past a certain point. My senior year, I tore my ACL right before my senior season started. So it was summer of my senior season, and I was going out for a pass. And at first, I played which is crazy, because first I played defense. My whole life I played defense, and they switched me to running back. And this was I was on my way to thrive in that running back, and I went out for a pass and tore my ACL. I could I just felt the pain right away, and it just kind of threw me off, and I kind of knew it was over from there. But my coach was like, "Get off the field, get off the field." And as soon as I seen another person go in, and they kicked me off the field, it was more of me like feeling that replaceable feeling, like, dang, like, you kind of just really didn't even care or check up on me and make sure that I was even okay. They shunned me after that, and that's when I started my entrepreneur journey. I'm like, I have to be or build something or become something that's irreplaceable. I can't continue to do things where I'm an employee in a way, because as a football player, as a college football player, even in the NFL, you're a high paid employee. You got a high status, but you're still working for somebody, and they can fire you at any time. So I wanted to create something for myself where I made my destiny and I controlled my life, and that became being an entrepreneur. My first business was an event planning company. And this was
Okay.
like my senior year after I had a cast on and I'm out there like passing out flyers and to my events. I booked a bunch of events at like some of the clubs out here and some of the hotels, Hustlers, Rooftop. It was a lot of different spots where I was booking events and inviting and promoting my own events.
Okay.
So once I did that, I got hooked to the entrepreneurship. That was it. I don't think I worked for another person before that. I worked at Papa John's during high school, and
Right.
like the
Right. Yeah.
regular
Yeah.
employee, like just trying like growing up. But as an adult, I've never had to work for no one. It was always finding a way, being creative, being resourceful. And then I say probably like a year within doing the events, you start drinking, you start going through those like late nights where you partying and you form these bad habits, and it threw me all the way off. I started going into a depression where I was drinking a lot, and it was kind of taking a toll on my body. So I started going to the gym. And once I started going to the gym, like
Yeah.
literally it shifted my mind. Like it was just like, okay, I feel better. Okay, I look better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm performing better. Now people are starting to look at me and look at me in a different light. So I got hooked on working out. I got hooked on going to the gym. I was there 2 times a day most of the time. I
Wow.
would run to the gym,
Wow.
and then one day I was walking in, and one of the guys that worked there, he was like, "Hey, I think that you should be a personal trainer."
Oh
He was
wow.
like, "Yeah,"
Okay.
and I was like, "Okay, well, I'll think about it." I thought about it for a little bit, and I'm like, "Why not?" I mean, I need to. I like to immerse myself in certain things. You know what I mean? Like if
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to go all the way
Right.
with it. So
Mm-hmm.
I decided to do it. I decided to become a personal trainer. Um, and then the impact that that had on my life was crazy. I got to see people's like life change before my eyes. I got to see people actually trust the process and then finish what they started, and that
Yeah.
became some of my core values.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely did change a lot for me. And then growing and learning how to sell and learning how to talk to people and building those relationships with the people, I decided to open up my own gym. But before I got a mentor, of course, it was a private gym owner. I don't know if you ever heard of Phase One Sports.
No, I don't think I've heard of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like he they train all professional athletes. He used to train me when I was young, so I
Oh
went
wow.
straight to him like, "Hey, how do I do this? How do I build a gym? How do I open up a gym?" And he walked me through the process. He was like, "Look, this is how you do it. This is what you don't do." and and some people take information and they never apply it. They just take it and then they just keep on going, and they like, okay, I'm comfortable, I got clients, or we're making money, I'm just gonna stay here. I always wanted more. So I ended up opening my first gym within a year of work, actually being a private trainer. um,
Wow.
yeah, and then we grew big, we grew fast. It was like a wildfire. We ended up with 3 locations. um, uh, and we were going to the path of franchising, but we ended up kind of, me and my partners that I was working with, because I ended up gaining some good friends, long term relationships with people, and we became partners in majority of the gyms. That my brothers were trainers at the gym, so we brought my family in,
Wow.
and it was a great experience, man. But I ended up selling my gyms, and
This was local here in
yeah,
Vegas?
this was locally in
Okay.
Vegas. We had 3 locations, one on the north, one on the in Henderson, right down the road, and then we had one southwest. Yeah, so it was a pretty
Wow.
good
What was the name
experience.
of the gym?
Ace Fitness. Yep.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
exactly. And Ace stands for the ability to conquer everything.
Okay.
So that was like our whole motto: mind, body, and soul. And we took that and we started branding online, live, and then to go back on it, it's just like when that COVID time. This is like right during COVID. It's like when we were at our peak, and then COVID hit,
Oh, okay.
and it shifted. And you never fit like I sometimes I can't even blame COVID because you don't even feel the shift. We were still making money during COVID. Like we were all doing the Zoom workouts
Okay.
and
So
still,
virtual
yeah,
workouts, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So we were still going, but then the after effect, it's like a ripple effect for some reason. Like the world started to change, the money started hitting different. Like everything is so much different, and people weren't passionate about training as much anymore because now everybody could do it on their own. the online coaching and stuff like that.
Right,
So
right.
you'll see like certain boot camp gyms closed down. The big box gyms stayed open. They had good systems. It's like your membership, everybody come work out. But we were a personal training gym. We had a big boot camp gym where we would have classes and actually connect with our clients and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how did that switch from that to like an on real estate and
Okay.
business acquisition and raising capital?
So once I sold my gyms, my first thing was like, okay, what do I do now? Like this is a whole new. I've been doing this for 10. I did gyms for like 10 years,
Oh wow,
so
wow.
I started to invest in and no, I actually found a lounge. This was a small hookah lounge. That was my first acquisition, the hookah lounge. I went to the owner. I seen that they were kind of struggling. It was slow, and they were in a high traffic area. And it was like, okay, this is kind of what where I want this. This is what I want. I see people love. I love hookah. I've been going, so I've started looking at businesses that I actually would engage in and go to every day
Mm-hmm.
and spend my money at. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So I talked to the owner. We ended up coming with agreement. I just went down. I just sold my gyms. I just dropped the money. Like, hey, I'm serious. This is nobody gonna come to you like I'm gonna come to you. And he ended up accepting my offer, and we ran that business up for a minute. I think we were in business for 3 years before I ended up selling that one, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and I we definitely 10x that sale. So it was a great opportunity, and I just wanted to duplicate that process. As far as in real estate, my dad was in real estate. My like I said, my stepdad was in real estate, um, flipping homes in Kentucky. So I got to see it, but it never stuck with me like that. It was like, okay, he's doing that over here. I want to be in the NFL. I'm not even thinking about
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I got to kind of see from the side view of like what he was doing. And he had homes out in Kentucky. He was flipping for like dirt cheap. He would buy them for dirt cheap and then flip them for like, so he had always been doing that. But
And he was doing virtually from
yeah,
Vegas.
he was doing it from Vegas. So he'll fly out and go see the properties, but he had a management team out of Vegas that he would
Okay.
that he would work with. And yeah, I kind of got to see it, but it never stuck with me until I started getting into the investing, into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
business acquisitions, and buying businesses is one thing, but having real estate is
It's
a
different.
must.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
it's something that the wealthy do. It's something that is guaranteed to make you rich, and you don't have to operate it as much as you have the businesses. So I like to be best of both worlds. I like to operate businesses that I love, that I'm passionate, I really want to see grow. But also, I like to invest in things that don't take my time, don't take my energy, that I can hire a property manager for, or I can rent out and receive the monthly income or the cash flow from those properties. So
Right,
it's
right.
it's like the 1-2 punch: private
Right.
equity and
Yeah.
real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I guess those gyms that you have, um, you also had to rent the space from the mall area, right?
For the gyms, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So that's why you got into kind of knowing the whole situation. Like, okay, they have a commercial building, you can rent it out,
Yeah, exactly.
and then also owning businesses. So I know people who actually go through and purchase those commercial areas and then they rent it out, or they already have clients there and they just came and purchase it and acquire it and then start generating income from that one too, like rental.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
is
exactly.
that one of the routes you're gonna do based
Yeah,
on your experience?
based on my experience, yeah, I'm looking to do I just actually started getting deeper into commercial real estate. So knowing that I've rented from people, I've leased from people, and I understand how leases work. I understand how certain terms work when it comes to opening up a business, and I see the value of having a good landlord, and I see
Mm-hmm.
I see the potential of what a commercial like space could make.
Right.
And like one thing is multi-families, the other thing is multi-units. We try to focus on multi-units mainly, so we can get multiple units that's producing, and I can still be able to kind of add value to those businesses. That's the route that we actually looking into right now. Yeah,
Okay, so multi units is the one that you're focusing on.
yeah, yeah.
That's the large asset class you guys
E-
are focusing on.
exactly. Yeah, we'll do retail, like we'll do multi-family, but Retail and multifamily is our main focus right now. And I actually do brokering for a lot of deals right now, just to keep investors in my pocket, kind of know who's doing what and who's making the big plays. So, and I can see the market. Like one of the biggest assets that I found out is a tool called CoStar. You can see everything, and like
Yeah, co-star, yeah.
some certain people don't have access. I mean, everybody has access to it, but it's a little bit more expensive when you're not a broker or when you don't have a license. But now we
Okay,
got access to that, so we're looking at deals all over the U.S. and kind of
okay.
yeah.
So, while you were still a personal trainer and operating your gym, did you get your broker's license from?
Yeah, I did
Okay,
actually. Yeah, I got it in 2018. I didn't really use it. I was at
okay,
I just kind of like had it in my back pocket. Um I was just studying, man. Sometimes it's all about timing and preparation. Like we always want things fast in life, but sometimes the I don't know what it is. The universe
mm-hmm.
puts you and shapes you in a way where
Yeah,
when it's time, it's time. You can't force it. Like
right, right.
you can prepare yourself, you can practice, you can study, you can be ready. Don't procrastinate. That's what I'm not telling people. I would never tell a person to procrastinate and wait till you're ready, but you'll know when you're ready. You'll feel it, and things will start attracting in a certain way versus the hustle mentality that society has right now. It's like go 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 go, work 70 hours. No, prepare, work 70 hours on yourself, because that's the one thing that's not going to change. I can work 70 hours on a business and the business still fail. But if I'm putting all that energy into myself, my knowledge, the information on becoming a master at my craft, working on sales, marketing, investing, learning what the numbers look like, building my self confidence, like
Yeah, for sure.
if that's the time that I'm putting into, then then you'll see a different outcome. And I took time to do that. I did that every single day. I worked the hardest I ever did on myself in my life, and that's what shaped me and prepared me to go into the real estate. I wasn't ready before, but
Yeah.
I still was holding on to something that I felt like was my baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people now is like don't consider your business or your investments your baby, because you give this personal I have kids, so how I look at
Okay.
my
Oh yeah, yeah, for
how
sure.
I look at my business is the machine that feeds my kids.
Okay.
You know
All
what I
right.
mean? I never look at it as like, oh, this is my baby, this is my child. I'm passionate about providing for my family. And I'm passionate about providing for my mom and for my future generations. But I know that the machine is always going to either need to be oiled, the oiled up. It's going to need to be tuned up, or it's going to be need to switched out. It get switched out. You might have to change machines. You might have to change your vehicle sometimes just to get to where you want to get to. We're on a journey in our life, and either we have to be prepared, we have to be in the right vehicle, and we have to be relentless to what our goal is and clear on what our goal is in life,
Mm-hmm.
and the clarity and the vision on our destination of what we want. Those things are key to me. Like,
So going back to the first person you talked to, your the mentor for the personal for
mhm.
the what was something that he said profoundly that is impacting your life today and throughout your journey?
Ah man, it was so many things, so many things. He 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 always told me to pay attention to the numbers.
Okay.
And he said, "People lie, the numbers don't."
Yeah.
and
Okay.
and I really, because I was a big I'm a Pisces, so I'm a dreamer. I'm
Okay.
a believer. I get into this like cloud and my head in the clouds, and so certain things you need to keep you grounded, to keep you logical in your direction. And he told me never to always look at the numbers. Like make sure that the numbers are making sense, or the numbers are making sense.
Correct.
You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Exactly.
so, and that's one thing that changed everything for me. I started really getting down on accounting and my finances, and allocating my funds right. And it's been one thing that I use in my investments now. Like if it doesn't hit this certain ROI, no matter how I feel about it, no matter what I believe that my ability is into changing a business or value add on a property, that if it doesn't make sense, don't force it. Make sure
Right.
that the numbers make sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like
So that's one thing that's been sticking with me. I still use that to this day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
So I guess based on what you're saying, you're more like a visionary, and you find like a partner that's more like an operator that has all the
a hundred
for
percent.
underwriting, and the integrator basically.
Exactly, exactly.
And were you able to find that helped you with your gym to be able to expand and branch out like to three locations?
Yeah, so I wasn't able to find that with my gyms. With the gym industry, it's a little different. It's more of
Oh,
like
okay,
it's more of a relationship type of thing. You don't really the numbers aren't. That's kind of why it wasn't business to me. It was my passion and it was
gotcha.
fun,
Okay,
but it didn't make the profit that I needed to make it to make to where right now it's like, okay, well, I have a partner now and he's super analytical.
okay,
He's super
yeah,
he's super analytical. And I'm like, this is what I was missing. I was the visionary selling like the salesman of the
yeah,
marketing of it. I
the
see the
vision,
whole picture,
yeah,
but he's able to be the programmer. He's able to see to work on the back end
yeah,
and make sure that we doing the right
yeah,
the right thing. So
exactly.
that's what I was missing in the past, and I finally kind of um, understood that, and I found the right people now to build Elite, which is like we at our at a we had our beginning stages, but everybody's so experienced that we're moving.
Yeah,
Like everybody kind of know and see the vision. So
that's
we like,
amazing. Yeah,
yeah, I've not seen anything grow as fast. Like we've gotten properties within our first 6 months. When we first started, our first 6 months, we already had a deal in the pipeline. We closed on a deal. We turned the deal over within that. It took us like 45 days to turn the property over, and then we put it back on the market. Then we was on to the next. It was like, okay, let's grow bigger and let's grow faster, and we haven't stopped. We've been looking for multi-family deals, hotel deals. We have a fund to fund,
mm-hmm.
so we work with bigger funds that are already kind of operating on a GP side, and then we come in as LPs. We're like I said, the visionaries as salespeople. We see who we're dealing with. We see what they're capable of doing. We look at the deal, and then we bring the investors to the table. Like, look,
Yeah,
we 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 believe in it. This is why we believe in it. This is why you should believe in it. And then we go in from there. So it's been moving fast, man.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, congratulations. So
appreciate it.
so you started Elite Capital. I'm guessing your integrator is Jason.
He's Jason is actually, yeah, him and Anthony. I don't know if
Okay.
you have met Anthony.
Yeah, I met him at both at the meetup last week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So
Anthony's the doer. He's
okay.
a go getter. But he's definitely like he's a tech guy. He has a tech background. So he's super big on acquisitions. He helps us with the acquisition part of it. He'll make sure that we buying the right deal. He'll find deals,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jason is more of the financial guy. He's the numbers guy. He big on how can we save, or how can we invest smart. He's the financial
Yeah,
background,
yeah.
so that's he big on
Yeah, so
big
I,
on
I was
that.
talking to him too, and I can feel he's more of the integrator. He gives a lot.
Yeah,
He get like good advice too. So
yeah, he does. Yeah,
so you're the visionary. Anthony and Jason are both the integrators.
yeah, yeah,
Nice,
exactly.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. And um, when you guys started Elite Capital, how was that conversation like? How like
Well, there's another one on our team. Her name is Monica.
oh yeah, I know
She,
Monica
yeah,
too.
you met
Yeah,
Monica.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So she was one that kind of brought me into the multifamily uh, mindset. At first, we were just doing fourplexes. We were doing like
Ah,
on
okay,
smaller deals, but um, we all once we decided we're gonna go bigger, that's when we brought everybody in. It was like, okay, we we had to build the culture first. We had to build the mindset. People weren't. We were still thinking too small. So it was more of us like with her. It was it was more of her her convincing us that that's what we should be doing. Like
okay.
and putting us in that room and letting other people kind of show us where to go from there. We went. I don't know if you heard of multifamily mindset. We went through that whole program, mentor program, and kind of
Okay.
just learned from that.
I think I've heard. Are they local? They do like some
Yeah,
events,
yeah, they do
something
some
in
big
Henderson.
seminars
Okay,
here. So we
okay,
went through that program, and yeah, that's kind of where started going through kind of an in depth training with when it comes to multifamily. But we have been in real estate for a minute, and we all kind of just vibed. And I grew. I kind of I went to high school with Jason, so I've known him for
Mm-hmm.
years, and we
Mm-hmm.
kind of came back together later on in life. Monica, I went to high school with her too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
And then Anthony, same thing, high school?
and no, I just had just met Anthony at one of the ICN meetings.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
And then you guys all decided to like build something, and that's how Elite Capital started.
Yep, yep.
Um, so basically, you already had an inkling when you had the gym to go and get a broker's license.
Mm-hmm.
And how did that develop in sense like you were busy with your personal training, your gym, and all of a sudden it's like let me go ahead and just get like a broker license. Was
Um,
that part of like your thing telling yourself I need the 70 hours to work on myself?
no, it was one thing that I did because I have been going to like Rich Dad Poor Dad events.
Oh, okay.
Like I had always been interested slightly in playing with the idea of doing real estate and then
Gotcha.
investing. I knew that was the overall goal. I just didn't ever think that I was ready for it. Like I was always like, I'm gonna just do this
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna get the money and then I'm gonna become an investor.
Okay,
So it
that
was
makes sense.
always,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's always me tiptoeing around, like actually just going in and doing it. It was like you just convince yourself that you need to start small or you need to just take that first step. And that was my first step with the gyms. But um, then one day it was like my wife, she was like, I was talking about real estate and she was like, yes, you should just stop talking about it. You're not going to do
Wow. Okay.
it. She was like, yeah, you've been saying this for years. Like you go do it, man. You just stop talking about it. And I was like, okay, all right, now I have to do it.
Okay.
Now, and she knows what gets me there. Like what you need people that know you enough to be like, okay,
So
me,
she pushed the right
yeah, she
buttons.
pushed
Okay.
that button. She pushed that button, and then it was just like, okay, I keep that in the back of my mind. It's like I have to do this. This is I've said I was going to do it. I mean what I say and say what I mean. That's I,
That's
that I
amazing.
live
Yeah.
by that. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? So everything I've ever said, I've made it happen, or I won't say I won't talk about it. Like I'm gonna make
Exactly.
it happen. I might not make it happen then, but I'm gonna make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Do you think that's basically from playing sports, working out, and doing a personal training? Because I personally feel that way too when I did like I live in Reno and I wanted to do snowboarding. So
Okay.
Lake Tahoe was right there, and I didn't take like classes or lessons. So I go every weekend
Yeah.
and just started doing and falling, getting up. So is that how your experience
Yeah, that's tough.
that mindset? From like you had a sports background, then you had your injury, and then you had to build yourself up, like that kind of like
That perseverance.
yeah,
Yeah.
perseverance and the grit.
Yeah. It was definitely that. It was installed at me from a young age. Just
Okay.
um, like I was saying, like where the way I grew up, and I have 7 brothers and 2 sisters. So
Okay.
um, I have a big family, and we come from the hood. So it was seeing my mom's perseverance, like take us from a situation where like anybody else would have got caught up in certain things, but she really wanted something more for us. So she did everything she could to get us out of that situation, to get it to
Mm-hmm.
move us to Vegas in a slightly better. We still moved to the east side, but
Oh.
it's better than San Bernardino. But
Okay.
no, but yeah, just seeing her persevere, like get jobs, and same thing as my dad. Like when if they lost a job, it was never no there was never a day that we went without eating. It was probably not as much as we were used to or what we were used to, but it was always, oh, they always made a way. And that's where my perseverance come from. And it moved on to football where, okay, I'm sharpening that tool. People said I wasn't going to go D1 is because like I was an undersized football player. I was a
Oh.
defensive end coming out of
Okay.
high school.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people said, well, that wasn't going to happen. And for the people that said that wasn't gonna happen, they didn't end up going anywhere. I was the only one out of my school to go or out of my junior college to go because I went back to junior college
Mm-hmm.
after I left my original college. So, and then I went to UNLV from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And so tell us more about the when you started Elite Capital with Anthony, Jason, and Monica. You
Hmm.
guys had that first deal. Um, I guess going back, you guys were already partners in
Hmm.
Elite Capital, but you guys focused more on fourplexes and
Yeah, like
duplexes.
smaller deals. And then we were still trying to figure out our way on like what asset class we wanted to go into. We all I know Monica's a real estate agent,
Yeah.
and then so is Anthony.
Okay.
So we were all already used to wholesaling. Like we already
Gotcha.
kind of used to dealing with smaller units and deals like that. So um,
So did you guys ventured from like starting out like wholesaling single family
yeah,
and then like quadplexes, duplexes?
yeah.
Did you
So
guys own anything at that time?
so we owned two properties. We owned a smaller flip that we were working on. This one that we renovated ourselves, and then we
Oh, okay.
started. Yeah, we did the whole renovation for that. Got the contractors and everything for that, and yeah, we seen that kind of that was it's a good route for somebody that wants to get started. But when you really want to go, one of the biggest things you need to learn is how to find bigger deals first and then raise capital. Like every company that I've done research on that's made it to a certain valuation in a company has raised capital.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon has raised capital. Jeff Bezos owns like what 12% of his own company that he
Yeah.
started. Like Elon Musk, like they mastered raising capital. So we built elite on that. We built elite on being able to bring in capital investors and get the best return for our investors. So we started our funds um, and started raising capital. Now we have a deal right now that's 306 units that we're working on. We have a storage facility, and they all in
Nice.
Texas.
Oh,
Like
nice. Yeah.
so, yeah.
Amazing. So you guys did all that first for the fix and flip. Did you go back to your stepdad and ask him for advice?
I did, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
of course,
perfect. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. He
Um,
definitely was like, yeah, I would love to help you. So now he even looking back into doing real estate.
nice.
Got
Yeah.
into like
You
dealerships and
see,
stuff
you
like
got
that.
him to like,
Yeah,
okay, let's do this again.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so those properties you fix it and but you kept it. So you it was kind of like you buy it, you fix it, and then you hold it as a rental.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we ended up just selling them. We ended up putting them back on everything back on the market.
Okay.
As far as in assets now, we just focus on the
The
bigger
bigger
asset.
ones.
Yeah,
Okay. So the all the quadplex, duplex, you guys fix it and then flip
yeah,
it.
just get rid of them. Yeah,
Okay.
that short term investment where it's our flips.
Yeah.
Like we just get them and we turn them over. Our long term investments is units because it makes more sense on a cash flow standpoint of having multi units
Yes.
without having
Mm-hmm.
that one unit that a person lives in. Then they want to move out or something breaks, and then I got to come back and fix it and
Right.
manage
Right.
it. Get a property manager for this one property. I have this building where I have a property manager for this one property, but it's producing 10 times more.
Exactly.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
So,
for sure. And so you going back to the business, right? You sold your gym, you use that money, you roll that money over.
mhm.
So when you're doing the gym, is it something like you did like a roll up for the businesses, like you acquired other places to roll up and try to like um expand your gym business, but then because of COVID, you had to close it down,
Yeah.
and then you roll that. You I guess it's kind of like a 1031. Is that
Hmm.
right
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
hookah
As
business?
soon as yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, we expanded. Well, that process with the gyms was kind of a one at a time with the three locations. We started expanding, and we seen that it was it was taking me to be at every location, making sure that it was managed and my
Oh wow.
trainers and
Okay.
motivated on the personal training. It wasn't a if I wasn't there or certain trainers weren't there, there weren't clients there. So I'm like,
Wow.
this model isn't gonna work with this unless I'm like trying to build like I'll have to rebuild and restructure and do it. So I mean I was open to it, but like I said, once COVID hit, um, certain partners and us we split up and we had this thing where we had like some premier trainer. It was a group. We were the face, and we kind of just like split up like a music group.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had our people, my brothers, another trainer that we had, and it was all of us, and people knew us. So we would have events and big things like that. So, but once we split up, it seemed like that was I ended up big instead of being the trainer. I had like 12 personal trainers that was outside of me running the gyms. But once we all split up, everybody went their separate ways. And then I ended up training at the gyms.
Oh,
again.
wow. Okay.
So yeah, and then I'm like, okay, well, we starting to see everything steer down with COVID. The money's not coming how it used to. People don't want to pay for certain numbers for personal trainer. The game started getting watered down, and when that is, it's like it's time to either pivot,
Yeah.
make a different. But we didn't have enough funds to make a pivot after we paying rent for three locations. We
Oh,
paying
yeah.
rent
Yeah.
for three
Yeah.
locations, so it was like, okay, let's let's uh let's get the bag. Let's put it up for sale and see what we get. We ended up getting a good amount for what we
Mm.
had in. And I would say it was a 1031 exchange. Yeah,
To
1031
the hookah,
exchange.
yeah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And those three locations, are they now different gyms?
Yeah, they different
Okay,
gyms. Yeah,
so
one is not in business no more, but I know the other two are still operating. Yeah,
gotcha. Okay.
yeah,
So because of that, you guys kind of like, you and your partners, you come in agreement. It's like, yeah, it looks like, it's not going to progress. Not so that's why you guys decided
yeah,
everyone's at agreement,
yeah.
and then you roll that money over to the hookah lounge. You grew that one.
Yeah.
Did you expand the hookah lounge by acquiring other hookah lounges and then franchising, or like a roll up?
Nah, I kept that one location. See, hookah lounges it took me back to the nightlife and took me
Oh,
back to
okay.
that type
And
of
that was the thing that you,
I was
yep,
steering
yeah,
away from. So I ended up getting selling that one I bought for a very low price,
yeah. And then you were able to
and
roll
I was
and
able to make a great profit off of that. So that was a good deal. And that's when I realized like this is what I want to do. I want to buy businesses, I want to fix them up, and I want to sell them.
hmm
Do I want? I might keep them if the cash flow is good enough and if the market is a sustainable market. Because certain markets, like or certain industries, are going to stay here. They're not going nowhere. And some of them are trend markets. Like hookah lounges are trends. Like they'll get closed down. You'll see one hookah lounge and then it'll be gone within the 6 months. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Certain businesses phase out. Like it's just like here for today, going for tomorrow. It's the hot topic of today. So we'll invest in those, but we understand that this is just a flip. Same thing as like our flip properties. Our
Oh,
long
okay.
term businesses are going to be like more of like your boring businesses, things that people are not going to just get rid of. Like one of the businesses that we're working on right now is like a media company. The media is going to be here. We have a company called Full Circle Media, and we'll do marketing and content and social media marketing, and we just implemented AI into our company. So that's not going anywhere. People are going to always need marketing. So I'm like, okay, this is one that I'm going to keep. I have a meal prep company.
Oh, okay. Okay.
People are going to always want convenience. People are always going to want, and then we added coaching onto that. So everything is a little bit lower overhead now and more
That's
and more
amazing. Yeah.
sustainable. Yeah. So I just restructured my whole business model from the brick and mortar business model to like, okay, the service product business model now. So
Okay. So and that's where you had where when you sold the hookah, you roll it over to your
yeah,
everything service based.
yeah, yeah.
So for the meal prep, do you guys like have like a ghost kitchen?
So we have a kitchen that we cook out of that we use, and then we we just acquire clients. We do bids on certain like events. We'll do
Nice. That's awesome.
catering for certain events. We'll do nutrition coaching. We'll do healthy meal preps. We'll do meal preps for kids. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's called Mind Body Meals. Look them
Mine.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And you do have a website
yeah.
or
We have a
how,
website. We have everything. You can order from the website and everything. So.
and do you guys also deliver? Okay,
Yeah.
just like the other
Like,
company I know here is
yeah,
like
yeah,
Foodie
no,
Fit. Yeah, yeah. And
yeah.
and then you guys also have your media company, do social media
hmm
for marketing for.
Yeah, so we do a lot of that stuff for like realtors and real estate
Okay,
agents. So yeah,
okay.
we do. We've worked with a couple of brokerages with our helping them with they image and their marketing, their websites, and their social medias mainly.
Gotcha. Okay, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
appreciate
Because
it.
sometimes when I go to some of the agents or the brokerage websites, they're kind of like it's almost like cookie cutter
Yeah,
when I
yeah,
look at
yeah.
it. So I was like, are they using the same company that trying to be, but
Some
just
of them are, yeah.
they just change the logos and the background and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of the bigger brokerages have like these templated websites where they just let the agents kind of like cookie cutter
Okay.
and yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So now do you have that thriving business, and then now you have elite capital.
Hmm.
I guess the biggest question also for me, because I'm trying to raise capital as far as the LPs and fund of
Okay,
funds,
nice.
what is the advice you can give me and the audience, like, um, in order to raise capital? Like, what's the biggest thing you can, based on your experiences, going through elite capital to acquiring that large asset that you guys were able to acquire at first?
Yeah. Okay. This is good. I like it. Yeah. So one thing that I want to do is I don't want to be cliche. A lot of people will they have their certain standards or how they raise capital, and I'm starting to realize, and this has been working for us, is that you have to have a real connection. You have to have a story that really connects with people. Like we've sat into pitches where people are pitching us a deal, and it's like, okay, well, the IRR is this, okay, the cap rate is this, okay. Why? What's the community like? What am I doing this for? What am I investing in versus just the numbers? Because I can go shop deals all day, and we could talk numbers all day. You got analytical people that will just want to hear about the numbers, but then you got the majority of us that like stories. We like to hear, like, we like to be a part of something bigger. We like to
Yeah.
know that we're doing something that's remarkable, able to be told, like tell me, I want to do something that's going to change something, that's going to
Right,
leave a
right, right.
mark.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's remarkable to me. So it's leaving a mark, and we we decided to take that route with what we're doing. So Elite Capital, we we built a fund that's innovative, that's new, that's uh, not allowing certain classes that weren't allowed access to certain assets before in. Like we opened the door for trailblazers, the unconventional people that aren't the suit and tie person that works for the institutional funds or the family offices. We love those guys if they understand the vision that we affordable
Mm,
housing is huge right now.
yeah,
People are
exactly.
losing their houses. People are there's more the homelessness is high at its highest peak in the United States history right now. Like what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna continue to just look past all that, and we could talk about the numbers all day, but let's talk about the impact that we can have is if we put people into these multifamily units, if we build more multifamily units, if we got into development and started building affordable housing for people. Like that's our whole vision, is just being able, and even with the economy with commercial real estate, it's like people need businesses. We our economy is built off businesses. Why not build spaces where people can work, and environments where people can work? Like
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
that's our whole vision, and that's what we bring into our investors. So when you're raising capital, sell the vision, tell the story about why you're so passionate about this, because I'm investing in you. I'm not investing in this. You know what I
Right.
mean? This is interchangeable. This changes every day. You got a new deal. You got a new deal. You got a new deal. But the person behind the deal, the person that's that I'm going to be in communication with, building this relationship, you have to be you got to be more passionate than me about it, and I have to feel that. And that's where we take the initiative on focusing on people understanding what our purpose is, like,
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
if you buy into it, then cool. We don't look for everybody. I don't care. All money's not good money.
Yeah.
You know
Okay.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
Uh-huh.
If I can't have a long-term relationship with you, if I can't go have dinner with you, and we talk people to people, if I don't feel that connection with you, I won't even take your money, because it's not
Mm.
certain stresses, certain relationships, and will cost you more in the long run than the investment will make you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you have
for
to
sure.
really take so relationships is big. Focus on building relationships, and long term relationships, good healthy relationships. Because I have this thing where my goal is to build meaningful relationships and meaningful experiences. That's my whole purpose of this, and then and changing a billion lives. And how do we do that? And what's bigger than real estate? Like who people need to own property.
Right. Yeah.
There's
Exactly.
enough land for all of us, and enough real estate for all of us to have. But I look at being able to tell a story first, build a relationship, and then provide my investors with a return, and and hopefully that we continue on a relationship that's sustainable. So
Okay.
yeah, but that's the biggest thing is like
Is
finding
that
your avatar, knowing
okay?
who you're
Right.
talking to, and can you connect with them? Are they relatable?
Is that where you come in Elite Capital? Are you the one that goes out and do like the I know that some I had to do like a pre-recorded webinar.
Hmm.
We recorded it and we put on the in the investor portal.
Yeah,
Is that something that you guys do as well, like a webinar to like big audience to tell them what's the deal, like what Jason was doing last week?
yeah.
Are you also doing that as well to build that story and build that relationship with the people? Are you inviting them to like a Zoom or to like a event space?
Yeah, so we have our events. We believe that bringing people in, like not not so much of a cold calling and direct. We do a lot of that. We do a lot of cold calling. We do a lot of emails and everything. But bringing people to us that that attract to us is huge to us, like webinars. So we'll host webinars weekly. We do podcasts as well.
Hmm.
That's a great way
Yeah.
to be able to collaborate with investors and really like here and build that
Yeah.
like what we doing right
Yeah.
now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So and then events like and being able to speak and people to and be able to pitch and get in front of people and host your own events. I like to go to other people's events, but I also see that everybody's selling and everything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When I'm hosting my own events, my brand is at the forefront. So even if people are selling, I'm the marketplace. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I still get all your contacts. I still get all so I can follow up and I still get all the data I need to be able to connect with you later on and see if we can go for coffee and sit down to where or I can invite you on one of our webinars where I'm pitching a deal. One of the deals we got right now, the 306 Princeton deal. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Princeton, Texas deal. Like right now we have a webinar coming up where most of the people that were at our events are invited to those. We'll email them out the link for that. So yeah, it's all about being able to leverage the and influence that in the long run. So I do a lot, but Jason is he's the educator.
Oh, okay. So Jason is the one that does the investor relations.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's
Okay.
Monica and Dana. They do investor relations. Jason is the VP of Education and Advisory.
Okay.
So and then Anthony is VP acquisition. So
Gotcha.
yeah, and then it's me, just this regular CEO guy, the boring one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of Dana, I guess Dana and you also have another business for billing business credit.
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, we do funding for businesses and real estate deals. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay. And you're also doing that to be able to get and it also kind of like vertically integrated into your company, right? To bring it back
that's
to
a
help.
key word right there,
Yeah.
vertical
Yeah.
vertical integration. Something I learned like doing the gyms and the lounges is like you have to have a company you have to have be in a business that you could like Amazon is a vertically integrated company. He
Mhm.
can do so many different things
Right.
because he has this one avatar, which is the customer, which is the world. For him, his customer base is big, but for us, it's investors. Like
Yeah.
our investor relations is huge. So what how can I help you or how can I build this infrastructure that I can that that will add to the main goal, which is real estate or investments or private equity. So we have the funding aspect of it where we're able to get people funding for pretty much anything. Development right now we funding a development deal,
No,
and this
nice.
is like a 4 acre development deal that it's like 3.5 million. We funded that. We could do 100% funding on some cases, but if it's a land deal, we can do up to like 70, 75%. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We should talk after this because
yeah,
there's somebody to talk to me about that too.
let's do it. Yeah,
Um.
that's what that's all about.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
connecting
Definitely.
it, using people reach. I love that. I love that. This isn't a really competitive industry. This is more collaborative industry.
Right.
You could work with people y'all can make more money.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a competitive industry before. Gyms are competitive.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Being a
gyms.
realtor
Yeah.
or a real estate agent, you're competing for certain things. Like it's not so much of a collaboration where we can all come together. With real estate and investments, you're an investor, I'm an investor. We can two heads is better than one on a deal.
That's right. Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like so, I love this industry. It's a whole different. This is it. Like this is if a person wants to be a billionaire, which I'm Ace Billion, so I gotta live up to my last name.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what I'm going for.
Okay.
But this is where they at. That's what game they playing right now.
Okay.
They playing private equity and real estate.
And how did you come up with the ACE name?
My mom gave it to me. It
Oh, okay.
means like I said, it's meant the ability to conquer everything. My name's Aareon Smith Allen. That was too long to put on the back of my jersey.
Oh, okay. So just put ACE. Okay.
Yeah, so she was like, "Look, this is you," and I took that. I was like, "Everything I do, you have the ability to conquer everything. Nothing stops. Like you unstoppable." And we just like affirmed that, and yeah, she gave it to me,
Okay.
and I ran with it.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was meant to be a rap name,
Oh,
but hey, look,
okay.
uh,
Um,
I'm in a new industry.
so right now in your business, whether the business or Elite Capital, I'm not too sure. Are they the same or are they two separate
Which ones?
business buying and business acquisition at Elite Capital? Are they all under the same Elite Capital umbrella?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
So Elite Capital does private equity and real estate. We did have Billions Consulting, which that's just me personally. So once I expanded out to having the team, we had Elite Capital. Billions Consulting was formed just for me going in to businesses and buying them consulting for equity.
I see what you're
So
saying. Okay. Uh-huh.
yeah, so I would
Yeah.
go into certain businesses and like I have my media company and I have these different. This was vertically integrated too. So I would take my media company and I'm like, look, guys, I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna go find businesses that need marketing because like, but I want to, but I'm not gonna. We're not gonna get a a retainer type of thing or like $1,500 a month for marketing. We want to own a portion of the company. I'll help them with the systems, the operations,
Yeah.
but you guys are going to focus on bringing in the marketing. So we're going to go and we did that. We had we had so many different companies that we worked with, furniture company, like so many different companies that we went into. We owned equity into, and we ended up giving the equity, like selling out our positions, but like that. Um, that was our strategy. Just go in and buy businesses for like consulting for equity.
Yeah.
So
So when you purchase and you went to help them and get the equity,
hmm
what made you decide to sell them? Like after how many years? Is there a process to it?
well, I haven't really created a process to my exit when it comes to.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
just at a certain number. Like when I see a good amount of profit, like I move on. And
Okay.
if I don't see it being a long term business for me, and that I own it, like this mine's like 100%. Like I'll get my I'll turn it around. I'll help them increase their income, and I just take the training wheels off of them and keep it going. I'm not really. I don't know what it is. Some certain businesses I know that if I do hold on to it, it's going to take more work for me to keep them than
Oh,
it is
okay.
for me to just let them go and
Okay.
move on. I'll count count my pockets while I'm up
I
and keep
gotcha.
it
Okay.
going. Like
Okay.
yeah, so
So I guess right now in your Elite Capital, what you guys are looking for, right? What's the biggest thing you guys are looking for, and to be able to bring value to your company, both Elite Capital and also like your business buying.
right now the biggest thing that we're looking for, like I said, we always recruiting, we always looking for great people, um, strong minded people that can see the vision and understand what like raising capital. We all raise capital no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might work in operations or you um, might work in accounting, but you always talking about the business. You always raising capital.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Exactly.
biggest thing of this business is being able to bring in capital and be able to market yourself, and be able to represent in a strong way. But that's the biggest thing, man. Is we looking for that, and then if anybody finds deals, we always open the deals. We got a pool of investors that we just look for deals all day. Like,
Okay.
so yeah, right now we got a couple of hotel deals coming.
Hotel,
So yeah,
nice. Is it
yeah.
like a hotel conversion?
No, this is those. These are full hotels. Like they ready to sell. A guy who specializes in it is the operator for him. So we're looking into bringing in some capital and then letting him do his thing out on the operating end. Let people do what they're great at.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Okay.
if you're great at operating, I'm gonna let you keep going as an operator. Same thing with my businesses. Like if I find a great operator, I'd rather come in and let you operate. I don't want to. If I take 100% profit or take 100% of your business, now I have to figure out how to operate this
Yeah,
business.
yeah. So you're going to be an owner operator, and you have to
Yeah,
build
yeah,
that skill set as well,
yeah.
experiences.
That's the
Okay.
good thing about our model is that it can be duplicated to both industries. Like we keep that same philosophy no matter what. Let people be great at what they are great at and leverage and yeah.
Okay.
So OPM is the same way.
Yeah. Other people's
yeah,
money. Yeah.
yeah.
And for the people that you're looking to raise capital, do they have to be accredited? Is it like a 506c raise?
Yeah, yeah. So we do have our fund is for certain deals or we do syndications.
Okay.
We do JV deals on certain things, but as far as in our fund to invest with our fund, you have to be an accredited investor.
Accredited. Okay. And for the syndication, you can just JV together into one
Hmm.
contract. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many JV partners can you have in a syndication?
Um, right now we've only been doing 2 or 3. Yeah, we try to keep this in those very small.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I know that if the larger the number of people coming in, there might be more
yeah.
scrutiny or something like different paperwork that needs to be done or something, or
Yeah,
maybe
that's when you
just
start becoming a fund for
okay. So
real.
it's better to make a fund if you want to start a
yeah,
certain
just so you don't have to go through those like SEC regulations and
regulation.
have
Yeah.
to get like this. The 506c is a good exemption for real estate. So
Okay.
I think that I'll recommend it. I recommend people look into it, find a good SEC lawyer to consult with, and use ours. Nick Moore is a great attorney. Um, he's pretty much been a great guidance for us. He put our PPMs together and
Okay.
like he walked us through the process. Like, look, this is what you need to do. This is what you don't need to do. This how
Yeah,
you
for sure. Yeah.
stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Stay out of
Exactly.
trouble. So we'll do our smaller deals, like our flips and certain things if we with or like a business acquisition. That's a smaller, knowing that we just getting in and getting out.
Oh, okay.
But if we're looking to do like a multi-family deal or a 10 million up business acquisition, then yeah, we'll use our fund.
Gotcha. Okay.
that's
And
that's your veil. That's gonna
yeah.
keep you safe.
Okay.
keep you safe.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the big business acquisition, are you guys raising capital for that as well, or just only for the larger multi-family units?
Yeah, we haven't started raising capital for the business acquisitions yet, but it's
Okay.
definitely coming in the near future
Is it
for
coming?
sure.
It's down the pipeline. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big plan for us. I'm not gonna lie. One thing I got my eye on is Blackstone. I don't know if
Oh
you got
wow. Yeah.
yeah.
You want to be like them. You
Yeah,
want to. Okay.
that's our motto. I never recreate the wheel, man. Everything I do, I feel like there's someone that did it. Either they're great at it or they failed at it, and I can learn from both sides.
Right. Right. Right.
I don't have to go in anything blindly. Like I've done it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna come with this crazy idea. I'm not an inventor. Like I'm an innovator. You know what I mean? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
making things up. I'm changing the game. So it's I find things that work. I find a company that's successful, and I see what they did, and I put my twist on it, and my
Okay.
sauce on it,
All
and
right.
my culture in it. You know what I
Nice. Yes.
mean? Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I know you basically what you're saying is like in order for people to bring value to you, you're raising capital. Whoever's gonna come invest to you, it's like how people can connect with you and what are their businesses websites that people can if they're interested in like the meal prep for kids
Okay, I
and
can go down the line. So
yeah.
mindbodymeals.com is for the meal prep. So you can get nutrition coaching, you can get meal preps delivered to you. We do juices, healthy juices, detoxes. It's a full-fledged just nutrition coaching for people that want to either lose weight, maintain, or just get a healthier lifestyle. For the elite capital, it's elitecapitalinvestors.com. Y'all can see we're going to start posting most of our deals on there. You can see what we about. You can hop into our webinars. some of our classes and some of our meetups that we have here in Las
Yeah,
Vegas. So
yeah.
yeah, we got a big one coming up. We'll do one at the end of every month, like the Wednesday of every month. So
Okay.
last Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's it for now. Billions Consulting. Go to billionsconsulting.com.
Yeah.
That's me. You'll see a big picture of me smiling
Okay.
on the screen.
Like
Yeah.
billions, like a billionaire billions, right?
Billions. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then the other one was mind body
Mind Body Mills.
mindbodymeals.com. Okay. And how about like if they want to reach out to you personally, like Instagram or LinkedIn or
My personal Instagram is Ace Billions. Everything is Ace Billions on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. I'm on
YouTube?
YouTube, so if y'all
Nice.
want to check me
Okay.
out on there, I'm
Yeah.
on every platform. Ace Billions.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again today, Ace,
I
for
appreciate it, man. That
coming
was
over.
amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for answering questions. Like it's crazy, like all the value you provided and all the insights, and it's so profound. So thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
man.
Yeah. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Thank you. No problem.